Hey guys, so this is your brand guide template. This is where you're going to input the bits and pieces of information that you have been able to put together over the time period of the brand incubator. And essentially, you're putting together your brand strategy right here with the use of this template. It's created in Canva, and a link will be provided or would have been provided to you with the template the template link. So you'd then be able to add it to your own Canva account and customize it however you see fit. So everything from fonts, colors, everything you'd be able to adjust. I have included a few examples in here and I'm going to go through it quickly. But really this is for you to then customize however you want. Okay. So just step by step, this is just an overall table of content, basically, for what is included in your brand guide. So I touched on like general company overview, mission and vision. Those are things that you may have already had or you're working on currently. And then your statement of purpose. And most of these other things, this last set of things, are items that you would have worked on with me in the brand incubator. The visual elements of your brand identity, like logo, color palette, typography, those are things that you would have either probably already had, depending on where you are in your brand development journey, or you might be in the process of developing them as well. I have included a guide for you all to help you to figure out your color palette in terms of theme, in terms of the color psychology, your typography family as well. So you all will be getting that too, or would have already gotten that, depending on when you get this video. Right, so let's keep going. So here's just a quick run through of the guide that is customizable. So you'll be able to remove the background. You can drop in your logo. All of these little elements here are customizable through the template link. You have your mission and vision. You just drop them in. And you'll notice here that your logo, you can replace it. You can remove my little watermarks here as well. At the base of each page, it gives you an idea of what is supposed to be on the page. So statement of purpose. Here would be your brand pillars. Again, if you wanted to add a fifth brand pillar, maybe you don't need all four. You can just simply remove. But this is for you to be able to move forward in your brand development journey, as well as if you end up having someone work on your brand, that you'd be able to just basically give them this document and it's plug and play. This page in particular is very, very crucial because it gives your brand positioning or your brand story at a glance. So if, for example, somebody asks you for a style guide, or not style guide, your brand identity, somebody that you're working with, this is a great page to just give them, even by itself. So it gives you an idea of your statement of purpose. This is what you would include here. You would give an overview, very, very brief overview of each of your target personas or your target avatars, including their archetype names, your brand pillars, brand personality. So if your brand is more outgoing, if it's more of that kind of thought leader positioning, however you want to put it, you just include it here, and your solutions or promises to your target. Following this page, it breaks down each target avatar. So I have just included 3. 3 is a good number. You may end up having only 2 particular target avatars. Some people may go up to 4, but I just included 3 for you guys to start off with. And of course, you'd be able to just remove the page, customize it however you want to. Then I included a logo page. So sometimes there's a little bit of a philosophy, logo philosophy, or rationale behind your logo design. So depending on who has done your logo, they may actually provide that information for you. If you've done your own logo, then you really should give a little bit of an understanding as to how to use your logo. And this is very important, like if you end up partnering with another distributor or I don't know, another influencer in your area or field, it's important that you have these guidelines in place. So this is something that you could potentially share with an individual like that. Here's a color palette slide. I included my color palette here just for reference, but you'll see here each of the colors actually correspond to a pillar. That's how I prefer to do it. So I have my primary color palette and my secondary color palette. So you'll see here each of the colors represent something based on color psychology and correspond to a specific, I guess you could say almost business line. And then this is a typography slide. So again, I just used my brand as the template essentially. So you'll see here headings. This is the font name being Mont bold. When you unbold it or you put it to regular, that's how it appears. Subtitles, Mont. So this is where or how you would then customize it yourself, and what a sample text would look like in each of the fonts. Here we have the mood board. So the mood board here kind of pulls on different visual elements that you may utilize in your designs. So for me, I like using a bit more generic looking illustrations when I'm doing design. I don't particularly use people. I like a little bit of anonymity. I don't like having too much of a face where my personal designs are concerned. So I included that. I like a grungy kind of textured look, and I like bright colors. So I included those in terms of the visuals and textures just as a cue. That's just creative direction. Elements, kind of doodle type of stationary elements, those would tend to be involved in my stuff. So for example, depending on what your brand is about, you may include like wood, you may include sand, you may include greenery, you may include people, but this is the page that you just kind of drop on those elements for creative direction. Content pillars. Here we break down the roast. So this is just a very generic, not generic, it's a very general kind of overview of what your content pillars or content direction should look like. So you roast, you greens, you dessert, your hot sauce, you want to kind of just lay it out here in a very simple manner. And that's it. And then you have your contact info. So with this, you'll be able to customize your own brand guide, your own style guide. And this is what you should then review on an annual basis in general. Okay, so that's the end of this template recording, and I have one more to show you.